Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, where our goal is to help you guys find financial freedom through crypto assets. Today is Friday, May 27th. It is 11:30. We're on time today, TJ. Look at that.
Look at that.
Perfectly on time, 11:30. It is 73 degrees in here. I know Ben likes to cover the in-office climate.
Yep.
Guys, it's a great Friday. Bitcoin continues to move sideways.
Yeah, I was gonna say right where we left it.
Yeah, right where we left off. You know, this is it's now I think about 14 days of just straight sideways action. So not the most exciting stuff. Sometimes pretty good for trading. I actually did yesterday. I we'll pull up some trades here I have open in a second, but yesterday I caught two quick little trades, small money, but I think they were like 15 and 20%. And I'm still in our Ethereum trade that we've been in for quite some time, actually up a bit more here. So we'll check in on that. But let's go ahead and start off here. BitBoy Crypto coming in at 1.45 million subscribers. We got DZ.ETH on Twitter, guys. Go follow DZ. He will be joining you guys here in just a second once we finish up with the market watch and the technical stuff. Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
He's lurking.
Being approached. He's lurking.
Wild DZ appeared. Yeah, if you love
We're live.
if you love Cardano NFTs or really NFTs in general, definitely need to follow both him and NFT Alpha. Lots of good information.
Yes, absolutely. For the NFT lovers out there, they got some really good content over at NFT Alpha. And actually, I should have pulled my Twitter up too. Follow me also, Frankie_Candles on Twitter. We post a lot of great stuff on there. Sometimes posting charts, some trade setups once in a while. So definitely follow me. Also follow NFT Alpha on YouTube and Frankie Candles on YouTube. Hit merch, guys. We got a bunch of really good merch. I mean, God, talk about like a level up on merch. So we got a lot of cool stuff here. I think this might be my favorite little logo here. But yeah, guys, okay, yeah. So we got ADA. A little mixed altcoin sweatshirt here. But let's jump into our little market watch here. We got Bitcoin coming in right now at about $28,887. Like I said, just moving sideways for about the 14th day in a row. Ethereum coming in at 1772, down about almost 3% on the day. Total market cap is coming in at $1.2 trillion. Volume, kind of just been the same for the past few days here. BTC dominance at 45%, ETH at 17%, and we've got gas at 17 Gwei or 17 Paraguay. So not too bad. ETH getting those low gas fees recently. Can't hate on that. Let's go ahead and check our top gainers here. Polkadot. Look at Polkadot making a little move here. We got NEO up about 5%. Curve DAO token up about 5%.
Wait, refresh that. Let's make sure that's current. Yeah, I'm getting different. I've got Dogecoin on the 8% off that Elon Musk tweeted probably a few minutes ago. So yeah, click that.
Boom, there we go. Okay. I was going to say, when I checked Doge earlier, I was like, why is it? You would think it would be pumped a little bit. Yeah. So apparently Elon just tweeted about Doge, probably the catalyst for this little 2.5% pump. Okay, look at that. It's up. Just saw it pop up here from 2% to 7% up. So Doge making moves. We'll take a look at it on the charts here in a second. ETH Classic up about 2.5%. Polkadot up 2%. Curve DAO up 1%. And that's the exciting stuff here. But Doge actually really making moves here. Very, very nice to see. Congrats to all the Doge holders coming back to life here in the bear market.
Here it is. Right here. It looks like Tesla merge can be bought with Doge soon. SpaceX merch too. So we already knew that, but yeah, it's interesting that he's tweeting about that right now. So that should probably what caused that. So
it is interesting. It's like you could know this stuff, and then like they tweet late about it, and the tweet still causes the pump. Like,
hey, we all know Elon loves Doge.
Yeah, he loves Doge, and he loves to move the markets when he can. That's for sure.
Not a bad flex.
Yeah, no, not a bad flex at all. So, guys, let's go ahead and let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit here on the charts. Obviously, not the most exciting price action here as we are just waddling around, as I say, binging and bonging up in this sideways channel here. Obviously, this is a bearish formation, guys. You know what? Before we actually jump in here, let's go ahead and check in on these trades real quick. So here's the Ethereum trade, currently up $717, or up about 91%. Our realized P&L is actually going up as well on fees. So 830 taken out of the trade already, 718. I'm actually probably, as soon as I hop off here, I'm going to lock in some more profits on this, as I do think, guys, we could be nearing a, I would have to say we are definitely nearing at least a short-term bottom here. And I think we will see we've got to be seeing a bounce very, very soon here. So,
and real quick, where's the best place for people if they want to follow your trades and keep up with, sign up, maybe trade alongside you? Where's the place for the people to do that?
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me, it's Frankie Candles on YouTube. We have a Discord as well that's linked all over our YouTube channel in every single video description. You could also check out frankiecandles.com. We have a lot of good deals on there. We have a Femex deal. They give you a deposit bonus. Depending on how much you deposit into your account, Femex will deposit extra bonus funds into your account. So definitely go check that out. We got great deals. But yeah, if you want to follow me, probably YouTube is the best place. And if you can get into our Discord, I put a lot of good information on there. I let you guys know. I'll put pictures of my charts showing you what I am looking for price to do and what kind of trades I'm looking for if I see that happen. So if you're looking to catch some potential good trades, definitely check me out on YouTube and get in that Discord. Get in that Discord because we're dropping gems in there just about every day. So, but yeah, so we're just waddling sideways here, guys. Now, the big question that everyone is asking right now is, are we going to have one last leg down before we have a big relief bounce? Now, I think the one thing that's undeniable is there's got to be a relief bounce coming here at some point very, very soon. And the reason for that is, I mean, everything is just, I mean, we've seen a ton of pain. If we come over to the weekly chart, right? I think I brought this up. It's been a couple days as I was feeling under the weather. I haven't been on the stream, but we have 9 red weekly candles. Obviously, this one's not closed. It does look like we'll probably close it in the red. If I had to guess, we'd have to see a pretty massive pump to turn this thing green. But 9 red weekly candles. This is
a record, guys. Never happened in the history of Bitcoin. 7 was the most. So we tied it. Now we hit 8. Now it looks like we're clearly hitting 9. Pretty wild.
Just crushing the records.
Yeah. Not the records we like to crush.
Yeah, exactly. Not the ones that we want to be crushing. Yeah. But the good news here is that, how much more pain can we see? I guess the short answer is that technically we could see more. Nothing's impossible.
I was going to say more.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not impossible. But in my opinion, the fact that we're coming down to this macro support level here, this golden pocket, if you guys are looking at trying to figure out how I get this level, if you pull your Fibonacci retracement from the March 2020 lows to the all-time high, that is where you get this macro golden pocket from. Now, this is very, very, very strong support. Obviously, we bounced off of this level during the summer May dump of last year. Now, 9 red weekly candles on top of really strong support. If 25.3 was not the actual bottom of this bear market, I do think that it could be a potential short-term bottom. Now, if we do see another leg down, I think I brought this up last time I was on the stream, but something that I'm really looking for is, I actually made this call the other day. I made a video talking about just like a little market update, and I was saying, in this little sideways action, we're kind of forming a bear pennant or, a bearish rectangle, I guess you could call it. With all these blood diamonds that we've been seeing pop up on the higher hourly timeframes, I was talking about how they could be foreshadowing, because we are approaching the end of this pattern. And typically when you get to the end of the pattern, that's when you see a resolution come in. You either break up or break down. In this case, this being a bearish continuation pattern, chances would be higher that it breaks down. And I was saying when we get to the end of that pattern, maybe these blood diamonds are foreshadowing a potential yellow X on a higher time frame that would eventually bring us down to make another lower low. And the next day after making that video, I come to the charts here on the daily time frame, and boom, we pull a yellow X on the daily chart right here. So it actually played out exactly how I wanted it to. If we could get this yellow X to dump us down and potentially bring us to either, I'm thinking either a double bottom pattern here, come down and visit these lows again. And if not, I would rather see us come down and actually make a lower low here so we can put in a bullish divergence on the daily time frame. You can see on market Cipher B, our wave is starting to come down. If we can get that to curve up like this and make a higher low, we could put in a bullish divergence, ride the rest of our shorts down all the way here, take our profits, flip bullish, and start looking for longs on this relief bounce. That is the plan, guys.
What number is that? Is that a hypothetical line, or is that really where you think it's going?
This is basically, if we don't come down to double bottom, if we come down to make a lower low, this would bring us down to about 24. You know, this isn't exactly where I would just say a lower low. I don't know, you know, how much lower we would break this low. I don't know. But basically the two situations I see happening, if this yellow X plays out, which typically on the daily time frame, you know, in the past in May, we have gotten these on the daily time frame during the May dump of last year. They brought us between like 10 and 20%. So from this current price, if we did come down, let's see, you know, 10% would bring us down closer to a double bottom. But then if you came down 15 or 20%, you know, 20% would bring us right down to, you know, 23, and then 15% would bring us actually right about where my line is drawn here, about 24, about 24.5, I would say, or 24.3. So this yellow X definitely has the potential to bring us down that low, in my opinion. The question is it going to be a double bottom or a lower low? But I would like to see the lower low so we could put that bullish divergence in to give us a little confidence to enter long trades and start to flip bullish for the short term to ride that wave up and make some gains, right? And you know, another taking a look at the DXY, I wanted to check in on this with you guys. If we come to the 4-hour time frame on the DXY, we actually we have confirmed a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, and you can see that very clearly. And I bring up these bullish and bearish divergences a lot because they're very, very powerful. They play out. I don't want to put a random number on it because I wouldn't want to give you guys a number unless I actually, you know, ran the actual numbers. But these play out way more often than not. Like these are very, very reliable. You know, obviously not 100% of the time. But nonetheless, on the DXY, we have put a bullish divergence in with a lower low on the price and a higher low on market Cipher B. So we are seeing a little recovery here. But all in all, I will say that the DXY is looking, I mean, this is the biggest correction we've really seen for the DXY in some time, which is obviously good for Bitcoin. So if we could see this thing continue to fall down, maybe down to these levels here, this could be the catalyst to, you know, maybe we get a little relief bounce on the DXY, which would bring us down to make that lower low on Bitcoin. And then if the DXY decides to roll back over and come down maybe to, you know, maybe these levels down here or these levels down here, that could be the catalyst for this relief bounce that we might see coming in very, very soon.
I just don't see that happening after another rate hike. It might start heading that way. They do the rates again, and it'll be right back up where it was, I think. And that might be what creates the lower low instead of the double bottom.
Yeah, so I would totally agree with that. So the thing is, I think a lot of people are thinking that this is the reversal for the DXY, and we're going to wind up, let me come to a higher time frame so we could zoom out a little bit. I think a lot of people are thinking that this is going to be another one of these massive rejections that we see like we saw here in 2020 and right here in 2017. And obviously these areas here were, you know, DXY came down big time. Big bull run for Bitcoin. Same thing right here. This was that was the 2017 bull run. This was the current bull run that we were just in, right? And I think people are thinking this is going to be another big. I don't really see that happening, only because if we are in a traditional bear market, that would suggest that we are on the verge of going into a massive bull run right now. Right. And I will point this out because I do think it's important to at least bring this up. I don't see that happening because it does feel like we just entered the bear market. But if the DXY decides to top out here and make a massive, you know, run to the downside, right? And we do see another big dump like this, and obviously that would indicate a big bull run for Bitcoin. The only way I could see that being possible is if I know Ben has talked about the false top theory, right, where you know, this was actually the top of this cycle, and this is where the Bitcoin bear market actually started, and then this was a dead cat bounce that just happened to make a higher high. If that actually wound up being true, that is the only way that I can see this being the actual top. So that's really the only thing that would make sense here for me. If this comes all the way down, and that would mean Bitcoin's going to go on another massive bull run, but that would only be, it just doesn't feel like that, right?
Yeah,
would you agree with that, TJ?
Yeah, the scenario I would see would almost be that Bitcoin chart playing out very similarly on the DXY. Like the DXY double tops, right? Very similarly. And then we start the decline, which would line up with the timing of the Bitcoin bull market. So I think we get a couple more rate hikes. It tops out one more time, maybe slightly higher than it did last time. And then we start the decline of the dollar, and all other assets start to rise again.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's much more likely to me as well, because you guys have to remember the bear markets are long and brutal, right? If this is the bottom of the bear market and we are just going to start another bull run, that'd be the easiest, shortest bear market I've ever been through. But I do think that's the less likely case. But, you do have to point it out. I guess it wouldn't be impossible with the DXY topping out. And if the false top theory would actually come true, then this would basically be the bottom of the bear market and we could start a new cycle. But we didn't even go through a long sideways accumulation phase like we typically do in these bear markets. Obviously, in 2017, we came down, we waddled sideways for a little bit, big capitulation down, and then we accumulated. I think a lot of people forget about this long period of boring sideways accumulation action. Right here, this was like 120 days of just complete sideways action, and this has happened in every bear market. So we just haven't really seen that. So that's about all I got for you guys. Just gonna try to hold in, hope for that lower low on Bitcoin, put in that bullish divergence on the daily, and then hopefully we could start flipping bullish sometime soon here, guys. I think we're very, very, very close to the bottom if we have not already bottomed out for the short term, at least. So that's all I got for you guys. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe, Frankie Candles. I'm gonna hand you over to DZ. I'll see you guys later. Bing bong.
All right, bing
hit
bong.
that like button. No, come back with that cup. Show that cup on camera real quick. Frank's out here double stuff. Double stuff styrofoam cups.
Look at that.
Why
Double
does it smell like Vicks Vapor Rug? That was weird. Anyways, hit that like button right now if you want the markets to turn around. All right, how are we doing? Today we're gonna get right into the stories, and yeah, again, gotta hit that like button, or I'm not even gonna say what the next story is about. Okay, thank you for hitting it. All right, we're gonna get right into Peter Schiff predicting ETH falls to $1,000 due to a super bearish pattern. Breaking news, Peter Schiff is bearish on crypto. CEO of Euro Pacific Capital and chairman of Schiff Gold. It's all right there. Schiff Gold Investment Fund. Peter Schiff has shared an ETH chart predicting a massive fall back to the May 2021 lows. He tweeted the chart shows is likely to continue falling and may hit the lower yellow line that is placed at the $1,000 level and is a minimum decline mark. I too can draw lines on a chart and say, I think it's going there. You know what? I'm going to draw one way up high, and I'm going to say ETH's going to 10K eventually. Hit that like button if you think ETH's going to 10K one day.
Both possible, 1K and 10K.
You expect Bitcoin to fall to the $8,000 level. However, later on, he shared a surprise on Twitter that it was holding up this well. Is it worthless, or is it worth $8,000? I mean, which is it? Like, if it has intrinsic value, where are you getting this number of $8,000 for? And let me say this. This is my theory on the double top. I haven't heard anyone say this. TJ, I think you'll like this little theory here.
Okay.
I think our inflation rate was so high. I think our real inflation rate was close to 20% during last year with all the money that they were printing. And if you look at the May to November, that would give us a roughly 14% rate of inflation.
Yep.
So I think Bitcoin's actual purchasing power wasn't higher in November. If you want to look at a Bitcoin, what type of vehicle could that Bitcoin buy you in May versus what type of vehicle would buy you in November? House. Amount of pizza slices. What can it get you in May and November? I think the purchasing power of Bitcoin was actually lower, but our inflation was just running so amok. We tell ourselves like, yeah, Bitcoin reached an all-time high here, but did it really? Yeah, it hit it in monetary value.
And dollar value. Yeah.
But were the Satoshis worth more? I would say no. That would give us a May was the actual real highest value Bitcoin. Just the dollar was falling so rapidly.
Yeah. No, I think
2 cents there.
That's a really good theory and something for people to keep in mind. When you're cross currencies and values with all these things, you got Ethereum out of value, Bitcoin, dollars. you got to remember the dollar's value is always fluctuating also. So that's basically what DZ was just saying. The dollar was getting out of control. The purchasing power is dropping so fast. It made it look like your Bitcoin was more valuable because the dollar was less valuable.
Yeah.
And in reality was actually had stronger buying power at 64 than 69. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say that. I don't know why they hid your message, Justin, but thank you. That is I like my Nike fit, and yeah, appreciate you guys are chilling in the chat, and we love it. Whether you're in the basement or the YouTube, we appreciate you hanging out. Some of these, I'm glad that they're hidden.
Yeah, they say DZ wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Yeah,
he's gonna park the car, but he can't fit in the Lambo. All right, small Bitcoin whales may be keeping Bitcoin price from capitulation. The small whales, not the giant ones, the small ones. We like to call those the. Well, I mean, I know we have blue whale on the big side. What do we have for a small whale?
They have like dolphin, they have shark.
Yeah, we have like manatees and other sea mammals. What's up with mammals? Like, okay, you're coming out of the ocean, life begins, you're walking around on land, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go live in the ocean again.
Yeah.
No, just stick to one, pick your lane, go with it.
Yeah.
Whales, get it right. Stupid manatees, porpoises. All right. Bitcoin could still see a major price capitulation, but more whales need to start selling first, data suggests. On the market updates on the 27th, on-chain analytics firm CryptoQuant highlighted increasingly bearish whale behavior. An accompanying graphic showed the realized supply from giant whales decreasing sharply, with the $100,000 to $1 million whales only now beginning to follow suit. We can see it here. So yellow line, we have number of entities with balances more than 1,000 Bitcoin. And so we can see it here. They fell sharply. You know, they always kind of front run the dumps, kind of accumulated a little bit late, surprisingly. They usually are a little bit smarter than this.
And this is one thing Ben and I like to point out, because these on-chain metrics can be a little misleading sometimes when you're looking at this, because it's based on wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin. And we've seen entities break up their wallets intentionally, which is likely what's happened in that dramatic drop there. While the price was really high, it was a lot of moving Bitcoin around. So it can be a little misleading sometimes.
Yeah. And early in May, whale buy levels formed key support below $27,000. We saw that just recently, you know, when it wicked down, the buy orders were coming in. They're coming in strong. So there were a lot of buy orders. Now, those buy orders can get, you know, punched through. Then it has to go to the next big wall of buy orders, which is going to be the lower 20s. But hopefully we don't you know, go through that wall. We're going to find a STEPN NFT that's not going to cost thousands. It's cheaper on Solana.
Everybody on that STEPN.
Now, Solana did crap. You know, it's 30 minutes behind. So, you know, if you have a time machine, I think, you know, you can get it immediately. Otherwise, you might have to wait a bit. But
let me ask you a question real quick before we get into this next story, because I've noticed this week specifically there's some more bullish narratives coming out. It looks like this story is a little bit more bullish. What does your gut instinct tell you about the market right now? Are you feeling 50-50? You feeling still like much lower to go, close to the bottom?
I wouldn't say much lower. I would say we're close. A lot of people saying $1,000 ETH. It's not just Peter Schiff.
No, yeah. We covered a story on that yesterday.
One thing I've learned years in this market, it will shock you how quickly it goes down. You might have these thoughts, there's no way it can fall like 20% that quickly, maybe like 2 months from now. And then it happens in literally 3 days. And you're just like, okay, I was not expecting that. I think we all got you know, a little surprised how quickly it fell to 26,000 just very recently. I don't think anyone kind of had that on their bingo card. Just, you know, double digit drops. I think 2 out of 3 days or something. It was, you know, very bloody period there. I'm starting to feel a little bit more bearish, but my own mind, I'm smart enough to realize I'm dumb. And so I think, you know, part of me is saying maybe it's going to go up, actually. So right now, I'm just DCing. I'll go ahead and tell you what I bought this week. I'm not saying buy this, but I bought 10 ape. Me and Johnny, you know, we're bragging about us. I think mine was $69. I'm not even trying to troll. This what it did cost. It was $6.60 Coinbase fee. Johnny bought like $50 worth of something. Johnny, what did you buy? Yeah, he bought 9 ape. Yeah, 9 so yeah, nice. You know what? I'm long-term bullish on the ecosystem. I'm biased because I have a mutant, so don't listen to me. But if you got got $50, you know, you could throw in every week. It doesn't really hurt you too much. I don't think it's a bad time for you to start doing that. I'm not saying, you know, you have Tether on the sidelines, push all your chips in like Brian with the Steppen money. No, don't do that. But you know, it's okay to just go in a little bit at a time. Just go in a little bit at a time here.
Do what works for you. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and we're all just trying to make our best educated guesses. Chainlink, I have a lot of Chainlink. I thought, look, the Chainlink was staring at me.
Oh no!
But then Ape was a little bit cheaper.
Chainlink, man, the whole Chainlink community is gonna leave because you're not DCAing into Chainlink anymore. Careful.
I still have less than what I did probably 3 years ago. I didn't sell enough, but I mean, yeah, I started buying at $2 some odd cents, but I think I didn't sell much above $50, and I wish I would have sold a lot more.
Moral of the story: buy in the bear market.
Yeah, I'm okay buying Chainlink under $10, probably anytime. All right, Bitcoin good to go up after Bitcoin price hits lowest since the Terra crash. A wick to 28,000 sparked hopes of a multi-week high, but caution remains over a thin order book. And we were just talking about the order book. Recover from the major dip as Wall Street opens, as the market was quickly exhausted the buy support here. But, you know, meanwhile, we are kind of holding semi-strong here. They're showing that a subsequent bounce saw a recovery above 29, where Bitcoin traded at the time of writing. Roughly, that is where we're at currently as well. We're seeing a lot of Bitcoin liquidity changing hands today. Everywhere a bid wall appears, it gets absorbed. It told Twitter followers alongside a chart from Binance here, and we could see, looks like a little buy order action here. Fellow trading account 2, is this ill? Because you can see that's 2 different letters. I guess IL, Capo of Crypto, continuing a conservative outlook. That's a good name, the Capo of Crypto.
I was thinking it sounds like
it's good branding.
It's a good rap name.
It's a good NFT name.
Yeah.
Capos of Crypto. And you know what? Someone's making it right now.
Yep.
All right. According to on-chain data, LTIs were finally slowing sales of BTC as shown by their cost basis leveling out. Cost basis refers to the price at which LTH accounts purchase Bitcoin on aggregate. When it falls, it reflects declining LTH reserve. LTH, of course, long-term hodler. You know, the people that got the diamond hands. They got diamond hands for real. A lot of times because they got it really cheap. And so, you know, what's the difference? When you got in under 10K, you got in under 1K. Yeah. You know, at this point, you're definitely immune to price swings. I'm immune, and I wasn't in nearly that early. So I can only imagine people who bought, imagine you bought sub $10 Bitcoin, like what you actually feel. Nothing. You're dead inside, but in a good way, right?
No, you're dead inside because you had 200 Bitcoin and you sold it for $3,000 instead of $100 million or something right now. You've lost all sense of, you know, like that lost regret.
Every morning you take a long look in the mirror. Every morning. 10 years later, you're still taking that long look. Just
what was I
shaking your head? All right. Traders suffer heavy losses as liquidations top 500 million. Subtitle here, because they weren't watching Frankie Candles.
That's right.
We see here Steppen, Solana, and Sandbox followed with liquidations of 23 million, 11 million, and 8 million, respectively. I'm surprised that many people. I'm surprised Solana was outweighed by Steppen.
It's what I'm blown away by is Steppen is like the entire Solana network as far as transaction goes. There was a DEX, a Solana DEX. I think it was 90% of the volume was GST. And it was like the third largest DEX in existence.
I have shoes. Me and Alex, we do our little bit of walking, and you know, we make our little bit of money. That's why it's good to, you know, when I say play to earn, you got to kind of know your exit strategy. My exit strategy, I was cashing out every single day. I put, you know, maybe $50 back in after my initial investment. I put in a very little amount to, you know, kind of boost my daily reward. But that GST token that I earned was $8 at one point. Now it's roughly $2. I was selling at 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3. So I was selling, I'm catching tops because you know what? I know every play to earn game, eventually the coin does this. No one solved the issue yet. Maybe someone will one day. Maybe it's stepping. Maybe it goes back up to $8. I don't think it will. I think it can hit 5 pretty realistically. 8, maybe a little unrealistic. Nike comes in, saves the day. Sure, maybe it goes to 10, $12. But I know play to earn tokens are eventually going to do this point. If you're lucky, you get in on this point, and then you get to ride it up and down. I caught a little bit of the ride up. Now I'm catching the ride down. I'm still just selling every single day. So that's my strategy with play to earn. It's not try to accumulate a bunch because you think it's going to go to the moon. And next thing you know, you have this giant pile of sandwich tokens. You have 300 of them. You know, at one point that was worth 2,400. Now it's worth 600. So it feels bad when you just kind of watch your earned income just lose value.
Yeah,
That's-
my big thing with play to earn is you gotta stay focused on the play part. You gotta play
Yeah.
with stuff. Some of it works, some of it doesn't, and realize you're really early in a new space, and some of them will hit, and you can make a lot of money really quick. But generally, like you're saying, it takes some time to find the market equilibrium of what is it worth to go on a walk or a run or this or that.
People are asking for a code. I have a code right now. I'm gonna
Oh,
give
do
out
you?
live.
Oh yeah,
This
that'd
was
be
unexpected. I
Wow.
earn a code every, I don't know, 2.5 days, I believe.
all right.
I'm gonna give out a step-in code right now. I'm not even gonna give you a warning. I'm just saying it. 501-574-88. You can check. I don't know if we can zoom in. You can check that it hasn't been claimed yet.
Push
This
your-
is all legit. 501-574-88. You never know what you're gonna get when DZ hosts here.
Hooray!
Yay! Someone's gonna walk for some sandwiches. All right. Back to liquidations here. Liquidations appear to be the name of the game in recent weeks, with the market seeing heavy liquidations periodically. Binance, OKX, ByBit, Bitfinex, FTX, Hubi, that's how I like to say it.
Hubi.
Bit,
I like
BitX,
it.
CoinX, Femex. Nowhere up here.
Hmm.
Smarter traders or just
Those
very,
are all the
very
peop-
low volume?
Yeah, those are all the people following Frankie Candles.
Frankie, you're doing it right, man.
Yeah.
Keep listening to that Frankie guy. I guess it's, I thought his brain couldn't produce that much thinking power because of his calves, but man, he's just got enough in the reserves, I guess.
He's got it all.
All right. I thought he had to hang upside down. Price aside, Ethereum has had a fairly healthy year as numerous important developments taken place, including the execution of the merge on the Kiln testnet. Testing is now in its final phase. It is having some issues to be, fully transparent here. Before we get to the Verge, the Splurge, the Surge. I think I'm actually missing one.
Yeah.
I do like the rhyming, though. It is
That was good.
Yeah, it was smart marketing. Smart
Mhm.
marketing. They thought about it. Looks like, yeah, maybe someone got it. And in the basement, they're giving out some codes. So hey, appreciate it. Yeah, let's all walking's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of walking. Now, I guess if you have like some smog infested city, it might not be great, but
Yeah.
that's probably not most of us.
That's
right?
not most of us.
Yeah. If you're in LA County, you don't walk anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Ethereum liquidations top 157 million after the
Jeez.
merge upgrade test hits snag. I was just mentioning this. I haven't even pre-read the story. This is one of the main reasons you're seeing Ethereum drop. It looks like, maybe even going to be having that ETH 2.0 push back a little bit. They're having some issues. People are trying to fix it. As bears circle crypto and traditional markets, ETH has faced the brunt of it. The drastic price shift also led to over $150 million in liquidations, according to CoinGlass. More than 75% of these were longs that were wiped out. God, those shorts must be over leveraged. The merge will see the current proof of work version of Ethereum merge with its proof of stake counterpart. Are they going to try to make the word match? Like, how are you going to say it's splurge?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're splurging on our validators. I don't want to be a validator anymore. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it just reminds me of Surge in the 90s, the energy or the drink. It was a soda.
Yeah, it was had the maximum amount or had the most caffeine of
yeah.
Mountain Dew hit the scene. It was supposed to be a whole lot. And then Surge was like, hold my beer. We're
Yeah.
going to take it to a whole nother level. This was before Bang
Yep.
and Monsters. Man, I looked at the second ingredient in a Bang. It's acid.
Nice.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right.
And real quick, I want to say on that Ethereum, we've got some bearish. Obviously, merge coming up might get delayed. Nobody's really surprised. Might hit some snags here
Yeah.
and there. If we're in the throes of a bear market, you've got people calling for sub 1,000 ETH. That's not unrealistic if they get the right level of delays and the right level of FUD around it. That being said, that if we see sub 1,000 ETH around the time of the merge, that would be an all-in moment for me. If something does drop down, almost like you were saying, really quick over a day or two. I know I bought some last, on March 12th, 2020, when it flashed down to about $89. So it would be sub 1,000 ETH. I would see another opportunity like that.
Yeah, I would definitely love to get in at those prices. I would do some DCing as well. And we always want to caution when that ETH 2.0 does open up. Coinbase is going to be releasing a lot of Ethereum to its holders.
Yep.
So I do expect a lot of selling pressure, leading up to it and following, because the big whales will get out ahead of that in anticipation of mass selling. But the longer it's delayed, the the further that is out, and you don't have to worry about it. But,
Well, and that mass selling could be your opportunity.
yeah, that could be. Yeah, I mean, wait to see it bottoms out, and the whales are going to start jumping in. So I wouldn't try to catch the bottom. You don't try to catch the top. You don't try to catch the bottom either.
Exactly.
All right. Creating back to crypto news here. Creating CBDC would take at least 5 years. Fed Vice Chair. She's
Golly, she looks like a Sith Lord.
Kind of reminds me of Darlene from Ozarks.
Yeah, I can see
it. Okay, I don't know S about F. The U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Financial Services held a hearing today with Fed Reserve Vice Chair Lael Brainerd to examine the risks and benefits of a hypothetical U.S. CBDC. One of these risks, she argued, was for stablecoins to become the dominant form of U.S. digital dollars. Oh, why would that be bad? I honestly think that's a good thing. They want this to happen. They just want it to happen on their terms. They don't want it to happen with a competitor. They don't want Saudi Arabia trading oil in USDT. That's obviously going to be an issue for them. So that's what they're really going to be upset about. In fact, going back on this, stablecoins could exist alongside a digital dollar, as CBDCs could help secure global payment systems, she's saying. In a different angle here. Oh, she's got 2 flags behind her, so she's official.
America.
The digitized U.S. dollar could someday operate alongside stablecoins, Fed Reserve Vice Chair told lawmakers on Thursday after the crypto market was roiled earlier this month when privately issued stablecoins lost their pegs to the dollar. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was plural because there was another algorithmic stablecoin that lost, but no one was in that one. There's been an explosive growth in an emergent digital financial system. And if private monies in the form of either stablecoins or crypto were to become widespread, there would be a fragmentation of the U.S. payment system into so-called walled gardens, she said. Brainerd, who in April won Senate confirmation for a 4-year term as the vice chair, testified before the House Financial Services Committee. And then again, kind of just talking about the recent turmoil, referencing Terra here, and the crypto financial markets makes clear that the actions we take now, whether it's regulatory or on the digital dollar, should be robust to the future evolution of the financial system. They want to control it. That's all this is. They're going to overemphasize the dangers, with Terra Luna. They know there are attractive options. They know there are safe options. USDT, people have cashed in billions. They've had no problem, giving these people billions of dollars in cash. A lot of people are trying to FUD because Tether's market cap is falling. To me, it's anything but. It's just showing its resiliency in the face of 8 figures, 8, 9, 10, 11 figures being cashed out, and it was still solvent. 11 figures, over $10 billion. So how is that bad? I don't know. Call me crazy for having that thought.
Tether has stood the test of time in a lot of questions, and USDC. I mean, we've said it on this channel before. We think a lot of this focus is driven by the fact that Circle and Goldman Sachs, are pushing USDC, so they're trying to knock out their competitors.
Yeah, and Ryrish, I've taken one for the team. You're right. I am that guy. All right. Butterin offers guide on how to tell if an algorithmic stablecoin is sustainable. I always love the Chad Vitalik pictures. Wow. What are your thoughts on those?
I love it. I mean, I'm a sucker for like meme culture and any of that kind of stuff, so I think it's fun.
Yeah, it reminds me of Tropic Thunder, Ben Stiller's character, with the 2 guns.
I see it.
Such a good movie. Yeah. Lex Grossman, one of the best side characters of all time. Tom Cruise, come on the show. We'd love to have you on. You and Ben could talk about height and stuff. I don't know.
Scientology. Yeah.
Hey, check your thetan level, bro. Hey, I'm clear. I don't know about you.
I don't know.
I'm clear.
They have to record all your thoughts.
It's the TSA thing, right? Because I know I'm clear. I got.
That's right. They just need to scan your eyes.
Well, they scan more things at the Scientology. Anyways, all right here. I don't want them coming after me.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You really, really don't. Vitalik has shared his opinions on determining if an algorithmic stablecoin is sustainable, listing 2 requirements that he considers necessary. I kind of mentioned, I brought up his Twitter yesterday on ATB. The blog post cited RAI stablecoin as an example of an ideal automated stablecoin. It is not pegged to a fiat currency. It uses algorithms to automatically set interest rates, oppose price movements when needed, and incentivize users to keep it in its price range. In reference to Anchor's APR, he said, Obviously, there's no genuine investment that can get anywhere close to 20% returns per year. And there's definitely no genuine investment that can keep increasing its return rate by 4% per year forever. But what happens if you try? He was saying the project will have to change, will have to charge some kind of negative interest rate on holders that equilibrates the base to basically cancel out the USD denominated growth rate built into the index, or we got ourselves a Ponzi scheme that will crash sooner or later. Always thought the 20% was a little bit too attractive. It's the old people are right sometimes. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
sometimes some old heads got some wisdom.
Yeah, I think there will be an algorithmic stablecoin that exists at some point in time. I think it's going to take a little while for them to figure it out.
Yeah,
because there's too many attack vectors right now, and there's too many ways to break them, which is what we just saw. And there's always bad actors in the market, and it's going to take time to find something strong enough.
Chat here, Tech with Gun. Who would shoot worse, a gangster or a crypto techie? So, you know, I'm guessing with the gangster thing, like the people who like shoot sideways, not really going to the gun range, or is it like the NEET that's in the basement?
I mean, just on a surface level, my reaction, somebody who shot a gun before versus somebody who hasn't shot a gun before, I'm going with the guy who has shot a gun.
But then, plot twist, one of them is playing, you know, murder simulators like, you know, Fortnite or, you know, Call of Duty.
I'm assuming
10 hours a day.
They both probably are.
Ah, that's true. That's true.
My assumption.
I don't know. What if he only plays Madden? You know, I don't know. But yeah,
fair.
Yeah, I don't think like playing Halo is going to equate to you being at a SEAL Team 6 like anytime soon. But I don't know. You know, maybe you can crouch over your opponents after you slay them pretty well. Anyways, all right. Hit that like button if you ever hit that crouch button. If you ever hit that crouch button, like boom, 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 you know what I'm talking about. Hit that like button.
Teabaggers everywhere.
We're talking about the party. You know, we got people on the right side. We got people on the left side. We got all the people, the whole political spectrum, you know.
Maybe we should talk about crypto.
CBO boosts U.S. GDP growth estimates, says inflation has topped and will cool to 2% by 2024. That's you're really pumping the brakes there. Yeah. U.S. economic growth will exceed 3% in 2022, while roaring inflation has topped and will cool each month to around 2% by some point in 24, according to government forecast published Wednesday. Oh, yeah, gee, why would they have good numbers? Here's what the CBO says for the U.S. economy at the end of each year. Real GDP, 3%, 2% in 23, 1.5% in 24. Inflation, they're going to get it down to 4.7 in 22, down to 2.7 the following year, and down to 2.3 the year after that. Unemployment rate remaining unchanged, and the federal funds rate, you know, rising to 2.6 in 23.
What a job. You can just write down whatever you want and just say it. And it doesn't matter if any of it's true.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be based in reality.
Just like math, 2, 3, 7, 4. Okay, let's go.
You know, Hey, we'll have a algorithmic stablecoin APR of 21% by 23, you know, 22% by 24.
Interesting.
CBO believes that the Fed, to counteract inflation, will hike its benchmark overnight interest rate to 1.9 by the end of 22, well below the expectation for a figure north of 2.5. Okay, I do think that they will miss one of the 0.5 or the 50 basis point hikes. I think they try to push it so hard, so when they do, we're only going to do a quarter instead of half, the markets get that little scam pump. You know, Bitcoin will pump, NASDAQ will pump.
I tend to agree with that also. I was saying the same thing the other day.
I was thinking that months ago, really, and they've actually surprised me by like not doing it yet.
Well, I think I'm trying to decide if it's the second to last or the last point that they just don't do it. Or they, like you said, do a 2.5 instead of a 0.5.
Everyone holds the TV remote like a gangster with a gun when the batteries are dying.
That's right.
It's true. Yeah,
Change
like,
the dang channel.
Blocka. Yeah, I'm like sitting here, like, you know, putting the clip in, you know, come on. All right. I want to see Honey Boo Boo. All right. Solana's, is she even on there still?
I have no idea.
So I watched the reruns. I still have them saved on my DVR. Solana's blockchain clock loses track of time, now running 30 minutes behind. Is coming in 30 minutes due to a longer than ideal slot times on the network, reported via its status page today. The ideal slot time is 400 milliseconds, but this value has almost doubled to 746, according to data from the Solana Blockchain Explorer dashboard. When they become significantly longer than 400 milliseconds, the cluster's clock begins to drift and loses its synchronicity from real-world time. It doesn't know what time it is. Broken clock is right twice a day unless it just stays 30 minutes behind forever. Then it's like literally never right. Stupid Steppen. What are you doing? All right. Continuing on Solana, a hacker got scammed in a community sting. Karma comes calling for the hacker who stole 25 World of Solana NFTs in a Discord hack. The Twitter account reported details of a community sting operation resulting in a hacker getting scammed. We'll read the tweet here. We're excited to share the community story. We've successfully scammed the hacker. Shout out to our community, Cyberfrogs, and a sniper. Then you can go into it for the full story at World of Solana. The hacker drained the wallets of 109 users, resulting in a loss of 150 Solana and a theft of 25 of the NFTs. Within those World of Solana NFTs, lost several were the rare ones in the top 100. Sad to see, but it's good to see that they came together and was able to solve this. It's a collection of 2,222 heroines fighting for freedom. Also, I think Zach somebody yesterday, he got Homer.eth.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, just someone that had, scammed a lot of people, rug pull after rug pull after rug pull, doxed him. Yep. Country, name, I think maybe even his age. So, yeah. Scammers.
Let me ask you, NFT-wise, I know you guys are real big on Cardano NFTs. Have you played with many Solana NFTs other than Steppen?
Yeah. Played. I mean, I have
like, what's your experience with Solana?
Yeah,
NFTs
started a while back with Art Punks. That was, I'm trying to remember, 9 months ago, something like that. I have a couple. I have like Cactus World, a couple random things. Kaiju. They made fun of me for saying it wrong. I think it's Kaiju. It's Kai, like Kai, then Ju. So I thought it was like Caillou, like the Avatar guy, but Kaiju. Yeah, so I have a few, but I'll be honest. If they've gone up in Solana, they have not matched, how Solana has fallen. So Solana's been cut in half. So if, I had something worth 10 Solana, then it's worth 15. I'm still down in the negative. But I've always said this. There's going to be people, say you have I'm just going to throw out a number. Say you have 10 ETH. You're going to try to sell at the top, right? And you're going to want to, have some tether on the sidelines. You're not going to sell all 10 ETH. Maybe you only sell 3. Maybe you only sell 6. Maybe you sell 8. You're selling more than most people if you sell that many. You're going to want to keep some ETH forever. You're not trying to catch the bottom. You're not trying to sell the tops. I like to, that ETH I have on the sidelines, that Solana I have on the sidelines, that Cardano I have on the sidelines, probably some E-Gold I'm going to be accumulating here. I like to have that exposed in NFTs. When when Cardano's 40 cents, I'm having a lot of NFTs pumping lately. So my Cardano bags are pumping. I don't want to sell every single Cardano. I didn't get out at $3. I got out at, I think, 160. I was in under 50 cents. But so I'm not going to try to catch the bottom. At this point, I'm not selling my Cardano. So I might as well have fun with it. Might as well try to flip it. And maybe I can turn 1,000 Cardano into 3,000 Cardano. And then when Cardano comes back, I do think it'll hit an all-time high, within probably 2 years. I think it'll be $5 one day. Then I'm sitting pretty. Because you know what? I didn't just get bored with it and say, you know what? I'm just dumping it for the new shiny coin that's over here.
Right.
I get to have fun. I get to experience this, the whole NFT ecosystem. I'm a degen. I'm going to be, buying in the blue. I'm buying in the bear market, the bull market, buying in the red, buying in the green. So
well, and it also kind of comes back to the concept you were talking about at the beginning of the show of the flux, like the difference of the dollar and Bitcoin and all that sort of stuff. If you were to put the same example you were just referencing with, Ethereum and NFTs or Solana and NFTs into like an everyday perspective for people with dollars, right? You've got your savings account and you've got dollars in your savings account, but you might decide to go buy some Jordans or some Pokemon cards or baseball, whatever you're into because you think, hey, I've got some skill in this area. I bet I can pick some good things that are going to go up in dollar value. Even if the dollar's going down in buying value, hey, I'm better off being in Jordans and Pokemon cards than I am just having 20K sitting in my bank account. Same concept with Ethereum. You get into something that's going to hold better and go up in Ethereum value, and it's just increasing your buying power over time for when the market comes back and Ethereum pumps. That's just thinking of it in another way that might make it easier for people at home to grab.
Yeah, it's. I think Michael Saylor says it best: scarce, desirable assets. I will say this: most NFTs aren't a scarce, desirable asset, but some are. Just off the top of my head, I have a mutant. It's my most expensive NFT. For every one mutant, there's 1,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah,
much more scarce than a Bitcoin, and in my opinion, Bitcoin's pretty scarce. So.
There you go.
It's all about perspective. All right, let's talk a little STEPN. Congrats, whoever got that code. I'm sure it got claimed.
Yeah.
Users playing from Chinese IP addresses will have their GPS cut from July 15th. And we all know you do not use any kind of VPN in China. That is not something you want to do. Announced plans to cut access to the users playing from the mainland China. This is going to be July 15th, 3 days from DZ's birthday. And the token has fallen 20% since the announcement.
That's exciting. We should do a 4th of July thing if you want it for your birthday. That'd be fun.
Hey.
Boat stuff.
Hey, maybe back to the Wilmington. All right. STEPN's cutting its service for players in the China. How many times are you going to make me say the sentence article? And the move has had a major impact on the app's tokens. Here they say STEPN has cut its service. Okay. Following up posts encourage users in mainland to make decisions about handling of in-app assets in anticipation of the upcoming ban. Obviously, you got to get out. The GMT and GST tokens have been hit hard by the news of the mainland China ban. GST is Great Sandwich Token, Green Satoshi. I call it Sandwich Coin. This is what you get for walking. GMT is like the governance token. Think of it more of shares in the company, and this is ecosystem coins.
Got it.
Both are way, way down. That's why you got to sell. I'm just dollar cost averaging out with my sandwich token. I think, I was getting paid over $100 a day. Now, 30, 40. But you know what? I'm walking for 20 minutes and I'm getting paid. Let's just say $33. I'm okay with $100 an hour for walking. Walking's good anyways.
That's what Brian was when he was talking about it. He said he definitely thinks the amount you get paid per walk will drop, but people will now be in the habit and all the benefits they get from the exercise. They're going to want to do it anyway. And free, it feels like free money,
if I'm down to $20 for a 20-minute walk, it's still $1 a minute.
Right.
And walking's good. You know what? I slapped on my All In podcast last night. Got to listen to some really smart people talk. And, I was able to, huff around the block and make a buck. All right.
There you go.
Let's talk a little JPM here. Trials blockchain for collateral settlement and after hours trading. Yeah, they're degens too. They don't want to stop at 445. What we've achieved is frictionless transfer of collateral assets on an instantaneous basis, said the global head of trading services, Ben Chalice. That's such a good name. Ben Chalice. Sounds like a fake. Sounds like the guy Dan Brown novels. You got Tom Hanks playing him. Angels and Demons and stuff. Sounds like the bad guy from there. Multinational investment bank is reportedly trialing the use of its own private blockchain for collateral settlements. Its broader vision for its private blockchain said that it intends to enable investors to put forward a wide range of assets as collateral that can also be used outside of regular market hours. It pointed to equities and fixed income in particular. Tyrone Lobin, head of their blockchain launch and the ODA, said the bank is aiming to get ahead of a trend in which it sees a broader range of traditional financial services being offered via blockchain tech. Yeah. They know this is the future. Do what they say. Do what they do, not what they say.
Yeah.
Just yet another example of this.
They're trying to get ahead and corner this market before the other players can get involved. It's interesting. This is unconfirmed, but we heard rumors about major lawsuits against Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, and Binance, which would basically be the major exchange legacy players. No mention of Crypto.com, FTX, or any of them. So it's just interesting to see, these big banks, these traditional systems, they know how to work the regulation system. They know how to play the game. Yeah. And a lot of times, like you were just saying, look at what they're doing. Don't listen at all to what they're saying because they're usually trying to obfuscate what they're actually doing.
The planets that have been selected yet for Pluto Alliance, Black Hole, and Uranus. Those two, of course, were easy to remember. I'm drawing a blank, but we drew the month before. Maybe someone in the chat can help them with that question. But yeah, so we still have the majority of the planets. And we're going to have, I believe, 2 months where everybody's up for grabs again. So, Uranus might get another, might get its time in the sun.
Another pass.
Yeah. Charles Hoskinson stresses Could they have chosen a slightly better picture here? I've seen he's healthy. He's on the ranch. He's got rattlesnake buckets.
Yeah.
He literally has buckets of rattlesnakes, and this is the picture you chose.
That's like Jesse from Breaking Bad on like 10 years later.
Mr. White.
Yeah.
Cardano.
All right.
Yeah. We can't quote most of his lines of dialogue. Focus on doing only regulated business. Yeah, he wants to be around for the long haul. It's not a pump and dump here. IOHK and Cardano founder has spent a week in DC to discuss bill drafts and regulations around cryptocurrencies with policymakers. I've been following his Twitter. Before this week, he was in the Wyoming state capitol, so he's on his little run. Hey, Charles for Chucky for president. Yeah. He also added, there are hundreds of use cases that are not hypothetical, but are already under construction or have been constructed. Finally, he said that he hopes to continue working and see his platform continue to evolve with a rapidly expanding ecosystem and the June release of the Vassal hard fork right around the corner. Finbold recently reported the average blockchain load remains relatively high at 64% as a byproduct of the network's growth. I remember when Muesli Swap first launched, it hit in the 90s, and I wanted to share this tweet here. We have to go down to my third tweet. Almost feels like suppression at this point, is what I said. Cardano sales volume was over $1 million. Yet, if you read this graphic of blockchains by NFT sales, you don't see Cardano.
Yeah.
Which is why I said it almost feels like suppression. So Cardano's doing a lot of things. Just people aren't, aware of it. I don't know why. Maybe it's harder to grab the data because, it's not a EVM. I don't know.
It tends to be, we've always felt like they're just not in the club a lot of times with coin. Like, why doesn't Coinbase add them for such a long time? All that sort of stuff. But we know in the BitSquad, we've got a lot of Cardano lovers. So if you are ADA gang, drop that in the chat. We also noticed the poll here.
Yeah.
What video you want to see next? Cardano update. So like DZ was saying, they are doing a lot of really interesting things. And we're working on, Ben should be doing a sit-down, in-depth interview with Charles at Consensus in just a few weeks. So we should be rolling that out on the channel, as well as just some dives into the Vassal hard fork and some of that as well. So stay tuned. Smash the likes.
Speaking of Cardano, community shows rapid growth with about a 3,000% increase in social mentions, mostly from my Twitter. According to data by Luna Shark, the past 2 years have been extremely prosperous for the Cardano community, unless you got in about 1 year ago. It is also possible that the reason for the more frequent mentions of Cardano are the statements of its leader, Chucky, who regularly makes public remarks on social networks and creates resonant info points. He definitely does. He's a great example of a blockchain leader, I think. He does a pretty good job of marketing with his regular live streams, kind of leans into the meme thing a little bit, maybe not as much as a Elon or a Richard Hart, but he did a rattlesnake Twitter post like literally 2 days ago, a bucket of rattlesnakes. So, I mean, he understands the game.
He's cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. I would sit down and, go falconing with him.
Of course. How does that not sound amazing?
I guess if it like rips your face out.
Well, yeah, that would be rough.
If it's trained to attack if you say Solana. All right.
No, Ethereum.
yeah, actually. XRP Whales are on accumulation binge as Ethereum flashes a bullish signal, according to crypto analytics firms. So we're seeing the price dump. Maybe we're seeing the whales start swimming here. Sandemint reveals that the whales between 1 and 10 million XRP, as Ethereum flashes a bullish signal. So the XRP whales, as ETH is flashing the signal, they're stocking up on the 6th largest crypto by market cap amid the volatility of the digital assets market. Looks like the richest non-exchange wallets increased their holdings by 2.5% in just 11 days. Does not seem like a lot, 2.5%, but when we're talking about billions, that is a significant amount.
Absolutely.
The whales holding between 1 and 10. They've been collecting, looks like now hold the highest supply they've had in 2 months. This is the most active it's been in a while. They hold about 6% of all of the XRP here. Yeah, you can see it here. The yellow line is the amount. So a little bit of capitulation, but that is quite the good run up. Last time it ran up like that, we saw some pretty good price action here. Says the group of whales holding at least 10 holds a majority of the total supply. Okay, well, I thought it was around 6% here, but So they're coming in, they're scooping. The whales are scooping. They're starting to see what's going on, and maybe it's things like this. The client SABB plans to expand business with help from a UK banking giant. They do say it's it's not a security in every single country except was it America and just a handful others. XRP, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it like North Korea or something? It was like
It's
some weird.
something bizarre.
Yeah, like Libya. I don't know. Ripple customer Saudi British Bank has inked a memo of understanding with UK giant HSBC, that is a giant bank, in order to create real-time payments and new Forex services to expand its business in Saudi Arabia. According to the press release, foreign exchange, Forex, of course, we're going to see a lot more of that as more currencies become tokenized, I think. Now there's a surge in foreign currency transactions in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Remittances from expatriates from other countries sent to the kingdom reached the highest peak since 2015. I didn't know that was a expat, destination. I just exited that one. Oops. Oh.
Oh well.
Oh well, you know what? It was the extras hits. We will do this one, I guess, because someone in the chat did mention it. Sand is now listed on Coinbase, the largest U.S. crypto exchange. So, hey, we do believe in Sand. We believe, this is my personal belief at least, big money, that's the ones that are going to have that easy partnership with these big brands.
Yeah.
The investors of Sand, they're going to be in that. They're able to get in the room with Nike. They're able to get in the room with Marvel. They're able to get in the room with all these people a lot more easily than that, that hot project that dropped 2 months ago that's, trending on OpenSea, but what have they really done? What partnerships have they built? How long have they been building? So you don't want to sleep on Sand, despite it looking like, not as flashy, as cool as some of the other ones. I wouldn't doubt its partnerships or its expertise of the people. Best baseball. Yeah, man. Go Falcons. I'm an ATL boy, Oh, got to do the Kevin O'Leary story here.
All right.
Trying to get on the show. Full disclosure here. Trying to get on Money Court. Kevin O'Leary's proposed a proof of work ban. It says New York State is uninvestable. Kevin, what are you doing here? He was saying it would scare businesses away. He doesn't like it. I knew I liked Kevin. I knew that didn't sound like the Kevin I know.
All right.
He's saying the ban would scare businesses away. According to the crypto bull, New York, along with California and Massachusetts, it's uninvestable due to its poor management and unfriendly policies towards crypto businesses. There you go, Kevin.
Agreed.
In the latest interview with CNBC, he considers the antagonism a huge mistake. Kevin, on the same page as you, man. And hopefully, we get a little, I've said too much already, but, maybe keep an eye out on something like that. Cannot see my staked Pluto Alliance. Just refresh. Make sure you have the same wallet.
Yeah, we'll do that in the Q&A.
Jump in the you want to get
real quick on that Kevin O'Leary thing, I wanted to mention we were out at CleanSpark yesterday, which is one of the largest Bitcoin mining facilities out, and they're here in Georgia, but they also have operations in New York. And we were talking about specifically that of how difficult the state of New York is to work with on this type of stuff. But it's something they're putting a lot of effort into and lobbying on behalf of Bitcoin, kind of like what Kevin O'Leary was saying there, and really explaining that this is good for the environment. And that's what the next or one of the next BitBoy specials is going to be on, coming out very soon. That's why we were out there.
Great stuff. Educate yourself on flared gas and what the energy companies actually waste.
Well, it was fascinating. Just in a snippet, they were explaining more or less they're continually upgrading the power grid all around them for the entire city, Norcross, Alpharetta, because it makes them more profitable. And the more profitable they are, the cleaner they make the energy, the more renewable, the more efficient. So it's actually making the entire North Georgia ecosystem more eco-friendly because there's a Bitcoin mining facility there drawing a lot of the power, but they're making it better. Like, that's what people don't understand.
Yeah. All right. So with the staked Pluto Alliance NFT, we're upgrading our staking platform. We want to do more things with it. We want to make it a little bit easier to fix through our data. So don't worry. Aliens are safe. You can always find it in the, if you want to check the wallet, you can find it in the wallet. But don't worry, we're upgrading.
For support and things, like if people have questions like this, is the best place to go to the Discord?
Best place would be the Discord.
Pluto Alliance.
Taco, Alien Taco in there. He's very active. So, keep that out. Keep that in mind.
And let's see. I'll come back to that question. Oh, we got it. All right. Well, real quick, somebody asked if we could compare and contrast Ethereum Classic to Luna 2.0, and it's definitely, I think it's comparable. I would actually put Luna in a worse position in the sense that there's still some belief in the code is law theory, you know, with Ethereum Classic and the true belief behind the blockchain. Terra Luna, I think we covered a little bit on the stream. Rand said it pretty well that the unique mission was the algorithmic stablecoin idea, and it failed, unfortunately, which happens with all sorts of crypto projects. But we need to accept that and move on. You can't. There is nothing unique about Terra 2.0. It's not going to draw interest from developers. It's not going to get built on for a long time. It'll be a trader's opportunity, I think, to pump and dump and probably take money from people who can't move on. But yeah, it would be as about irrelevant as Ethereum Classic is now if you want to make that comparison. Maybe they'll add it to Robinhood and then, you know.
Yeah, I would say, like, imagine if ETH Classic didn't have, you know, working smart contract. Right. And then they changed the name and, you know, the team has showed they couldn't build a working smart contract. So do you want to trust them to be able to do it now? You know, I'd be hesitant. And like I said, I would agree with TJ. It's going to be a good trading opportunity, perhaps. But I do think a lot of people are going to get wrecked who do believe in it, and they're going to be, you know, buying with emotion, and I don't want to see that. So it's unfortunate. I'm staying away from it because sometimes you make some gains, but still feel bad about it. That's why I don't like to short. I don't like to short. I'm not a shorter. Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm tall. I don't know.
More fun than long. But all right, last question real quick. If people want to see more DZ, where's the best place for them to find you, and what time do you guys
outside your window at night?
Uh-oh.
No, it is definitely NFT Alpha show. We do a lot of good stuff, and we might have a pretty controversial video coming out soon. Is Cardano dead? That's, you know, so yeah, keep an eye out on that. And also DZ_BTC across all socials. I make TikToks, you know, the Instagram, the Twitter. I do a lot of most of my time is spent on Twitter, and I'm always just trying to help you guys, you know, get a little financial freedom. And I do it through NFTs. We've been doing pretty good on our channel. In fact, last video, we just gave our people who watch, they got a 2x. If you listen to what we wanted you to mint, you're up 2x. We get 2x's, 5x's, 10x's all the time. So come check out that channel if you're into NFTs, especially Cardano. But we talk ETH, we talk Sol, we talk them all. But I think that is all we got time for today. Hey, thank you. You rock, Hummingbird. You rock, BitSquad. You rock. And until next time, DZ out. Have a great weekend.